Van D, a dynamic leader with decades of experience building companies and crushing sales. He's been there and done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Van D.
Inspiring audiences across the country to do it too. Here's Van.
Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Van D podcast. You know, I don't take that for granted because I know you got a million podcasts to listen to, even though we all know mine is going to help you get you to where you want to go and get there faster. So I'm glad you're listening in. Please share this with any of your peers that want to move the needle forward themselves. So I want to talk to you about building a sustainable business, just some tips on building a sustainable business. You know, I only talk about things that I am qualified to talk about. I'm not going to bring up stuff that I haven't experienced myself. So this is all information that I have lived. Did you know that 99.9% of all U.S. businesses are considered small businesses by the federal government? 99.9% of all businesses are considered small businesses. I never knew that fact. Currently, there are about 33.2 million small businesses in the U.S., even though 80% of the small business consists of only one person. One person runs the company. Small businesses employ 61.7 million workers, which is almost half of all U.S. employees. So I wanted to throw those facts out there. If you want to listen to it again, go ahead. But these are just some real factual numbers. If you didn't know any of these facts, you're not alone. It's probably because the nation's largest corporations are the ones that get most of the attention. So, as a lot of you know, I started my first business in 1993. After being in the real estate industry for 10 years, I figured, you know, I've been doing it 10 years. I can go start my own company. I felt the financial risk was minimal. Why? Because I had been on straight commission as a real estate agent for 10 years prior to that, since 1983. So basically, the concept was the same. If I didn't produce, I didn't eat, plain and simple. And believe me, that's enough motivation to create a diligent work ethic because I needed to eat. And I didn't come from a family that I could call mommy and daddy and say, I haven't sold anything, I need some cash. I didn't have those resources, so I didn't have a choice. I had to have a killer work ethic. Zig Ziglar says so many quotes, great author, speaker, and I want to share one with you that is real important to me, especially when I was building my companies. You don't build a business, you build people. Then people build the business. That says it all. So as of this podcast, I am going on my 41st year in the real estate industry. That's over 4 decades. Obviously, I enjoy what I do. And a lot of you know I started Deeb Realty out of my basement with just myself. And over the next 16 years, I grew my company to include over 350 employees. And man, I'll tell you something, looking back, I was very blessed to surround myself around awesome humans. So when I decided that I wanted to spend more of my time doing motivational speaking and helping people like my audiences get to where they want to go, I sold Deeb Realty to my general manager. So the company kept my name, Deeb Realty, for 6 years, and then they changed it to Nebraska Realty. But after selling Deeb Realty, I opened up my own company again, another small one, immediately after, called Big Omaha Realty. And that was shortly after I sold Deeb Realty. My goal was basically just to run a one-person business where I would concentrate on servicing my past clients. Obviously, I don't know how to retire, and I want to use all my God-given skill sets and talents every day. I don't want them to go to waste, so I don't want to retire. My plan for having a sustainable business was to take incredibly great care of my clients. That's all I wanted to do at Big Omaha Realty. Just all of my clients I've had for the years, I wanted to take care of them. Processes and systems are really important in building a company, but nothing compares with taking excellent care of your clients. Why? Because they feed you. One of the many characteristics that has made me stand out in my industry is my responsiveness. I am a responsive person, not just to my clients, but to everybody involved in doing a real estate transaction. I believe responsiveness is another key ingredient to having a sustainable business. When you are quick to respond to your clients and your suppliers, you're basically showing them how much you respect them. My ultimate goal in building a business was for the word on the streets to be that Van knows how to take care of his clients and everyone involved in the transaction. So a lot of things, come from that. And when I say responsiveness shows respect, we have very few ways to show people that they matter. One way is when they call you on Monday at 10 a.m., it's because they want to talk to you Monday at 10 a.m., not Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and then you say, I'm sorry, I've been really busy. I show respect by getting back with people at every opportunity I can. Another great business leader, Jack Welch, who was the CEO of General Electric, says, good business leaders create a vision, articulate the vision, passionately own the vision, and relentlessly drive it to completion. Love that. That quote gets me excited. Obviously, I'm passionate. So for many years, I've been sharing my knowledge and expertise with every industry, but mostly real estate agents all over the United States through motivational speaking and real estate coaching, mentoring, and training. With that in mind, several years ago, I decided if I could identify just a couple of great leaders in the real estate industry to be on my leadership team, I would then consider building another real estate firm that was bigger than just my one-person business at Big Omaha Realty. Thankfully, I found two wonderful people with over a dozen years of experience, actually real estate experience, who wanted to be part of something special, and they came aboard. We rebranded the name Big Omaha the Big Omaha Realty name, to Prime Home Realty. I love that name, Prime Realty. Working together, we laid the groundwork and foundation for our state-of-the-art commission programs and systems. And we were ready to rock in less than 60 days. It wasn't starting a brand new company. I had all that in place. It was just rebranding what I already had. In order to have a sustainable business, it's absolutely mandatory to have a top-notch leadership team. Each person on your team should have a different skill set that will benefit everyone. In other words, you need to have the right people in the right seats. I am so confident that Prime Realty will be a huge success. And you can ask me, why are you so confident, Van? Because I know that if we stay with the core characteristics of a sustainable business, we will be successful. So I just want to give you a few of the core values that Prime Realty is known for. You can incorporate these similar values in your career or business. This is universal. I don't care what business or career you're in. You can use these examples from Prime Realty in your own. Matter of fact, all my podcasts, you can incorporate that and implement what I preach in your own business. So number one, you want to treat everyone you do business with, not just your clients, like they're the only people on earth. In my world, that includes other real estate agents with other firms. I want other real estate agents with other firms to have the greatest experience on the planet doing business with my real estate firm. Number two, we're going to offer commission programs and additional revenue streams for our agents that are unequaled in our industry. If we don't offer the best programs at Prime Realty possible, then how can we help them become successful? And they shouldn't be with us. If our programs aren't better than the other real estate firms, they shouldn't be with us. But they are, so they are. Number three, be the absolute best version of ourselves and inspire, motivate, and empower everyone in our firm to be the best they can possibly be also. We have the attitude that if we have the ability, then we have the responsibility. Now, what does that mean? If you know that you can do something to make somebody's life better, and you know you have the ability to, then you have the responsibility. Maybe that's coaching them. Maybe that's helping them with a deal. Maybe that's helping them with a client. Number four, be bold. And I want to repeat that. A lot of people are scared to death to be bold. Be bold. At Prime, we step out of our comfort zone and use every ounce of our God-given talents to make sure our agents have the best resources possible. Number five, we must continue to add new training programs and education to give our agents an advantage over the other agents in our industry, plain and simple. And lastly, to make sure we are available whenever we are needed. Simple. Make sure me and my leadership team, or as my mother would say, no, Van, it's my leadership team and I, make sure that we're available when people need us. These are just some. These are just a few of the basic ingredients. And even though I used my real estate firm, apply this, listen to this again, and see how you can apply this to yourself. These are just some of the basic ingredients of a sustainable business. Many business owners don't think of these things, which is why the failure rate is high for new businesses. According to the Small Business Administration, 10% of new businesses fail before the end of their first year. Isn't that crazy? You know, you got to have the attitude like Michael Ventura says, and I love this. He says, there is no finish line. There are only mile markers. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, accomplish, keep going. One of the best ways to build a sustainable business, I feel, is to support other small businesses in your community. We can all learn from each other on a local level as well as a national level. I feel so fortunate to have enjoyed so many years of running a sustainable business. From my point of view, ladies and gentlemen, it's not rocket science. It's 100% common sense. Treat people like they matter and they will gravitate to you. Drive, desire, determination, and discipline are essential, but it all starts with treating people like they matter. If you would ever like to set up a coaching session or invite me to speak to your group, please, please, please take advantage of my skill set, my experience, and most of all, my ability to help you get to where you want to go. Let's set up an initial visit. I'm going to give you my direct cell line. I want you to call me, 402-680-8448. And my email address is van@vandeeb.com. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to build a sustainable business and not be one of the ones that fail your first year, listen to this over and over. It's not as difficult as it seems. Once again, key ingredient, treat people like they matter now more than ever. I'm so grateful you listened to this today. Tips on building a sustainable business. I'd love it if you shared this with some of your friends or spread the word that there's people out there like myself that really care about your future. Reach out to me if I can speak to you, coach you, come visit your city, and work with you on getting you to where you want to go. Thank you so much for listening to the Van Deed Podcast.